What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Dauntless Outdoors. We got 50 foot, 69 degree water. It's cold. It's definitely cold. We've been diving in like 75 to 80 and we're like, oh, it's warm out, but now it's super cold and we're gonna see if we can't get some nice fish. Right by the jug. We've got a lot of boats out here today, but it is what it is. Pretty calm. And we're gonna see how it goes. Get you guys in the water. What's going on, y'all? This here's my second dive on the dump site, is what we call it. As you see here, just going down to the bottom, checking out the area. There's some pretty big rocks and stuff. The viz was really good this day compared to what we've been dealing with. Probably 30, 40 feet, which is insane for our coast. And as you see here, not something you see every day down in South Florida, Bradenton area. Really nice Cubera snapper there. Got a really good stone shot. He didn't even move the slightest bit. Really hyped up about this fish, especially on my second dive. You hardly ever see these, so super excited about this dive here. Cubera.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is a couple dives in of mine, and Josh had just shot a really solid Cubera snapper, and so I hopped down there hoping to bump into either another one of them if they were there, or Josh had mentioned a pretty decent hogfish. You saw a couple little hogfish in front of me, and out of the corner of my eye I saw this guy kind of trying to sneak away from me, and I followed for quite a bit here, and he just did not want to turn to give me a decent shot, so I ended up getting a shot kind of through the side of him, which is a risky shot to take, but fortunately worked out for me. It was right at the end of my dive, so I wasn't able to grab him before heading to the surface, but he didn't get hung up, and I was able to pull him from the surface all the way up to me. But yeah, solid fish first of the day for me.
So I just shot that pretty good Cubera, and Collin got that hogfish that I was talking about. So we got a pretty good day starting here, and I'm just going back down to the bottom. This is a little bit of a different spot on the same area. We didn't change the spots yet. We didn't like pull the anchor and do all that, but we're still kind of just checking out the area because it's a real wide area, and we kind of just wanted to see what was going on here because it's been a while since we got to dive this. So kind of just chilling out on the bottom, and that mangrove got a little too close, so I decided, why not? I'm gonna take him. So I wait until he gives me a good shot. I decide, boom, right there. I thought I was going to get a stone shot, but I ended up shooting about a half inch or an inch too high, and I still secure the fish. It's a pretty decent shot, but just not exactly where I wanted it to be. But great second fish of the day. Just hopped back in the boat. Collin got a nice hogfish there. I got a pretty good bang there, and then very surprised to see this fish on this coast. Big old Cubera snapper, 25 inches. He's not a giant Cubera, but real big snapper. Got a nice bang. Collin just shot this real nice hog. It's a great start. Got 45 feet water. Yeah, I think it's like 45, 50 feet here. It's crazy. Crazy good viz today too, which is awesome, and some nice fish to start the day out. We're gonna hop back in, take a couple more dives, and keep moving. So we got a pretty good start going to the day. We still at the first spot and headed back down to the bottom. Sadly, in Florida, they changed the red grouper season until 2022 to closed because overharvesting. Well, not overharvesting. They hit a quota, so they kind of just shut the harvesting of them down for, I think it was a couple, 2 or 3 months or so. But that right there was probably about a 24, 25 inch red grouper, which we hardly see diving in like 60 foot or so. So pretty cool fish to see there. I still had a good dive here. I was just hanging out on the bottom with him. Pretty cool that he was that close and he just didn't really care. But I thought that was pretty cool, and I decided to share it with you. Swap spots. We're now in 64, 65 feet, something like that. Hogfish, a mangrove, and a Cubera. We're gonna see if we can't get some bigger fish, like more hogfish here. I don't know, we're just gonna shoot whatever we see pretty much, but catch you guys in the water. So we changed spots and I'm headed down to the bottom. This is my first dive here. I saw that pretty decent gag right there. He's probably about 27 inches. He didn't seem too spooked, so I decided I was gonna head to the bottom and I was hopefully gonna find a better fish than him. And on my way down there, I'm kind of just chilling. I had a feeling that we were going to see some pretty cool fish today, but as I'm laying here just grunting, trying to see what's going on, I happened to see something that you don't really see that much. Kind of just looking around, and as you see, there's a school of kingfish, probably about 25, 30 of them, and I swim over, but it was towards the end of my dive, and we're now on 70 foot on the deep side of this, and I just didn't have enough energy to keep chasing him. Just completely missed and lost that fish there. But kept going back down. This here is my next dive. Just kind of checking out the area. Reloaded my gun. And as you see, just laying there waiting for something to show up. But I saw this pretty decent hogfish right there. He's probably about 16 inches or so. And in the Gulf, it only has to be 14 inches. I'm not really sure how I missed that fish. I really have no idea how that one happened. I kind of just pointed, and I think it just went a little bit over him, I guess. But I'm still not sure how that one happened. But this here's my next dive, kind of just chilling out. And I was going to shoot that snapper right there, but I saw a mutton earlier in the dive right there. I'm pretty sure you can see him off the right side. He was probably about an inch too small, so I decided not to take him and just opted out. So I decided to follow the snapper here. He kind of turned and swam away, which was a little unfortunate because, as you see here in a second, take a farther shot, and it was towards the end of my dive, so I didn't have enough time to grab him. He got stuck on that rock, and as you see, I get to the surface, and Collin's right there to help me out. I start pulling this fish up, and as soon as I feel it, I can tell that there's something else down there that's not the snapper. As you can tell, it was probably 8-foot shark or so. I think it's a reef. I'm not exactly sure, but he was really mellow. He had the fish in his mouth, and typically if that happens, you're not going to get that fish or your shaft back. But surprisingly, I ended up landing the fish and still getting my shaft. This is Collin's clip. He was kind of a little bit right behind me, but this shark was kind of just curious, but he was really cold. The water was probably 60, 69 or so, so he was really cold, not feeling like getting into an accident or anything, so he kind of just left us alone. Well, it's a decent mangrove. He just got ripped up pretty bad. What's going on? Just got the last spot. 50 foot. Got some nice rock. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we got a rock on the left side right over there. About 3:30. Gonna hop in, check it out, and call it a day after this. We got 2 mangroves, hogfish, and the mutton. Or not the mutton, the Cubera. So get you guys in the water.
So this is nearing the end of our day, one of my last dives, and I'm taking a dive down, and I wasn't really feeling it near the end of the day. It was kind of a shorter, more rushed dive, I guess you could say. And I'm just scanning, hovering above the bottom. I usually like to go all the way to the bottom, but I'm swimming kind of above, trying to essentially hunt something, and this hogfish presents itself. I was able to get a good shot on him, and he went right up underneath this ledge, and unfortunately, just weird circumstances, he made it all the way to my shooting line. I grabbed my shaft. My gun was behind me. I could have grabbed it right there if I knew it was there, but I let go of it, and I wasn't feeling it. Didn't feel like turning around to retrieve that fish, so I just dropped it all, and that's definitely your safest bet when freediving. And luckily, Josh was there and was able to go right down and grab all my stuff, so nothing was lost. And like, I don't think that hogfish could have taken off with my gear, but if a shark had came and grabbed him, potentially could have lost something there. But all in all, ended good. Was able to get that solid hogfish.
So this here is my last dive. Kind of just checking the area out. This is the last spot. Just end of the day here. And on my first dive on this spot, I spotted a very nice hogfish. He was about 18.5 inches. But I didn't secure a shot on him because he kind of just really hardly took off. And I couldn't get a shot at all. So I was kind of bummed about that. But kept diving the spot, hoping to see him. As you see here, this is kind of a little bit of a different technique than with what we usually do. I'm kind of just laying on the bottom, not making any noise, and just hoping that the fish come to me. I mean, it works pretty well. As you see, there's some pretty nice mangrove snapper. I kind of poked my head up a little bit quick there and spooked some stuff, but that big hogfish that I saw on my first dive actually came back around. This is him. Go to take the shot. It was a little bit of a rush shot because it was towards the end of my dive, but I do end up securing him. Collin hooks me up and goes back down there and grabs him.
Big hogfish.
So this is Collin's perspective. He's going back down. As you see, that hogfish is kind of just chilling there. I mean, he's just stuck. He's not under anything really. He's just lightly wrapped under this rock. Collin pulls that line off, and from there on out, smooth sailing. It's a pretty nice hogfish. Awesome way to end the day. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe.
Thank you.
Just got out of the water. Got another, what, 2 hogfish here? 2 hogfish, mangled snapper, some nice hogfish and stuff like that. Good day with Collin.
Yes, sir.
Very cold today. Very cold. The wind's starting to pick up. We got like a 25-mile run back. It's not going to be the fun part, but we're going to make it happen. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and it really helps us out in that YouTube algorithm. But catch you guys in the next one. First Cubera, not too bad.